What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Coach Lee. Welcome back to the OT Star Talk. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into one of the biggest Cowboy storylines of the year. Jerry Jones versus Micah Parsons. The owner, the superstar, the clash that could define the future of the Dallas Cowboys. Man, it's been a long day, people. We're licking our wounds in Cowboys Nation. I got all your text messages, all your emails, all your phone calls, all your social media tags. I saw everything. I appreciate y'all caring so much. But let's get into it. Today, yesterday, August 28th, 2025, is a day that goes down in infamy. It's the day that we got rid of a cornerstone. Got rid of a guy that we thought was going to be a lifer. And today we're going to take a breakdown as far as step by step. You know, we're going to actually take a look at the how do we go from here, them being chummy in the sweets, to this. Still doesn't seem right, man. Still doesn't seem right. I don't even know how we got here, but hey, it happens. It's business. It's where we at. So let's take a look at the timeline analysis and the impact and the future. As far as the timeline, we had a couple of situations going on. Got the 82-year-old owner, legendary owner, Jerry Jones, who built the Cowboys into the most valuable sports franchise that we know. But he's very hands-on. Then we got Micah Parsons, the Cowboys' biggest star since DeMarcus Ware, the face of the defense, and not afraid to speak his mind. Very vocal, has podcasts, see him on social media all the time, really influential. Why this matters? The Cowboys have a history with player conflicts, Terrell Owens, Ezekiel Elliott, and it always has a ripple effect. Sometimes you can't seem to get out of our own way. So let's rewind the clock a little bit and walk through exactly how the whole thing heated up between Jerry and Micah. Public contract negotiations.
Star player Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones was just asked why the team hasn't yet locked Micah Parsons into a new long-term extension and peculiarly said, even if he is extended, that doesn't mean he'll play, alluding to injury concerns, citing Parsons missing 6 games last season, even though it was actually only 4.
Just because we sign him doesn't mean we're going to have him. He was hurt 6 games last year. I remember signing a player for the highest paid at the position in the league, and he got knocked out 2/3 of the year, Dak Prescott.
Then we have the Micah shot back.
I'm doing this for myself and my teammates. Like I said, this isn't for Jerry. This isn't for Steven. My agent's been reaching out. As at one point, another grown man has to be willing to reach out as himself. You know what I mean? Like, communication works both ways. They reached out, so that needs to happen too. They got to want to do it on their part. If they don't want me here, they don't want me here. I'll go about my business. I understand the nature of the business. Like I said, as long as I'm here and under contract, I'm going to do what I have to do to perform at the highest level. But if this is the end, this is the end. Same way that Jerry Jones and Steven Jones and other Jerry Jones take care of their family, it's the same way I need to take care of my family. You know what I mean? I got my own 3 kids of my own, so we all need to take care of our own family at the end of the day.
So still we're trying to figure out how do we get here. I believe it actually started early in the offseason when Jerry, remember, he hinted in interviews that Micah's leadership still had room to grow. Actually, we've been hearing those rumors probably since 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, where it was actually coming up that they had some concerns about Micah's maturity level. I think that's part of when he's coming out of Penn State. We had never seen anything, but they were floating out there. Somebody within the organization was talking about it. I was talking to some of the fellas last night. It was even mention of something that could be AB-like. You give this guy this money, how's he going to act when he gets paid? I'm of the frame of mind, player always get your money, players. Get as much money as possible because this thing can be gone like that. So go get your money. But on the other side, guy are cutting the check, getting the check. I understand that as well. You might have some concerns about paying a guy $250,000. Um, and I believe one of the key quotes that he said, that Jerry said about Micah's needing room to grow, was something of the sorts of what do you call it? Oh, I know what it was. It was something of the sort. You can be great on the field, but leaders bring others with them. Like, we paying you this amount of money, we need you to rock. Bring everybody else up with you. You can't just be one of the guys at that point. Again, Parsons, he responded through social media and the socials. He fired back directly on his podcast and on X. And I quote, "I know who I am and what I bring every Sunday." So this was showing that the tension was starting to build publicly. As far as the contract shadows, you heard, then comes the elephant in the room, Micah's contract. He wants to reset the defensive market, and Jerry isn't rushing. I believe he used the term, we got him for the next 3 years. A little tense with that statement, but he's signed. He's on the 5th year. And then they can do the franchise tag back-to-back years. From the locker room standpoint, Dak took a neutral stance. He said he was just focused on football. But all the younger players posted support for Micah. They changed the social media pics, profile pics to a pic of Micah to show solidarity, to show support. And then the media got involved. National media picks it up, ESPN and so on. Suddenly, it's Jerry versus Micah. Front page NFL drama every day, all day. That's all we kept hearing about. So it's been resolved. And before we get there, this is Jerry on Parsons' trade request that he went publicly with.
Jerry, are you considering trading Micah Parsons?
Well, let's put it like this. Surely you guys have been around this stuff and know to recognize negotiation talk, that type of thing. And so that's where I put that.
So are you considering it?
I'm not. At this, the facts are that that's like anything else. I think the world of Micah, and that's just part of negotiation.
Would you ever consider trading Micah?
Again, I don't really place that with any real seriousness. Micah's got a bad back. That's like being traded.
Did the request take you by surprise?
Y'all weigh it the same.
Very, very coy with it. Very, very coy with it. Micah's got a bad back. And I think, we went from him saying this to within about 48 hours, he's traded. I did hear earlier, actually yesterday, shout out to Jane Slater from NFL Network. She had stated that she started seeing people moving differently around the Star around Tuesday. And then you started hearing rumors how Green Bay was interested and things like that. So there was leaks that were going on. And then we went from Tuesday to he traded Thursday afternoon. So it flipped in a hurry. From analysis standpoint, Jerry's point of view, he wanted control. He doesn't want to be bullied into contracts. He's protecting his salary cap. But same time, his ego and image as the ultimate decision maker that got in the way. From Michael's point of view, like I said, I'm always going to support the player getting paid. He believes he's the best defender in football, so he should be paid for it. He reset the market. Wants respect and reset the market just like Aaron Donald did. So this was a classic Cowboys tension. It was a showdown. Jerry runs the show, but superstar players want to run the locker room. If you remember, it's kind of how it was back in the day. Actually, it was Jimmy running the locker room. Jerry was running the show, but Jimmy was running the locker room. It was strong leadership on those championship teams. We haven't had that in a while. It's been quite some time. So we got Micah. He got his money. We talk about his contract and details in a second. But we got a player in return. We got the 2026 and 2027 Packer first round draft picks. which are probably going to be in the between 25 and 30, 25 and 32, depending on what happens. And then they also got former 3-time All-Pro Kenny Clark. He's a little long in the tooth, but he brings value for something we haven't had since Jay Ratliff, and that's a presence in the middle.
They'll look to throw again. He's in trouble and sacked by Kenny Clark. They're down 15. Packers bringing an extra man. Fields in trouble and sacked again by Clark again.
So the impact that this is going to have going forward, as far as you got to think about the media factor. This went public. How are future free agents, our current players, because Pickens is still part of David Margoleta's team. He's represented by him. So how's those negotiations going to go? I did see a post earlier, like about 15, 20 minutes ago, where Pickens came out, wished Micah luck, pretty much said business is business. So we'll see how that goes. We also got to think about how this drama is going to affect Dallas on their end. As far as the impact, got locker room distractions. I think that might be a little bit subsided now. Michael was a strong, dominant personality in there. We heard rumors about him and DeMarcus were clashing, old versus new. There was a clash as far as who was the leader of that. They didn't re-sign DeMarcus. He left. DeMarcus Lawrence. Shout out to you, D-Law. We should look up there in Seattle. But he left. We thought, okay, it's time for Micah's time to shine. Dak's kind of reserved, not really. He leads on the field, but not much involved in the locker room. Now, it's a full reset. You got guys that can step up now. Who's going to be the leader now? Got a bunch of young guys. And I think I saw yesterday 1/3 of the team's been turned over, and you got a completely new coaching staff. This is the first time, if I'm not mistaken, Shotty was able to hire his entire team. This is the first time since Jimmy Johnson got here where he was able to hire his entire coaching staff. Because before, head coaches always had to either take the defensive coordinator or the offense coordinator and or assistants. It's always been the case. This time, complete reset. All new coaches in there, all new coaching staff, a lot of new players, a lot of young players in there as well. So I kind of like, because I was surprised when I was thinking about that, even Parcells, when he got here, he inherited Zimmer as a defense coordinator. So, Shotty, you got a clean slate. You can set the culture, develop the culture how you want to. With Micah being gone, you don't have the guy that's always been there, the guy we've always done it this way. These guys are going to know much about that now. You got a new coach. You got to do it the new coach way. So I think the locker room distraction is going to be gone now. And the younger players are going to be looking at Jerry differently, definitely side-eyed, like, damn, you traded Micah? What you going to do to us? We never know. All we know is this one going to make it. This is from last Friday night's final preseason game. While the game was occurring, Mike was on the sideline. Looks like he's resting. He was resting, but other pictures you see look like he's not involved. I ain't gonna say he was asleep. He's just not involved in what's going on the sideline. From a culture standpoint, Shotty, ball's in your court now.
We just went through the whole process, and at the end of the day, it was unanimous. This is not something we came about. It wasn't an overnight thing. We had talked about it, and at the end of the day, I think when you look at a football team, when you can potentially add up to 4 or 5 players and things like that, it gives you the ability to do some things. We were certainly excited about the addition of Kenny Clark.
So he said something key there. He said that something they've been pretty much talking about for a while. I want you to go back and think about at one point in time, they just kept adding defensive ends, defensive end, as a defensive end, as a defensive end. You got to think they have Williams from 4 years ago. Yeah, Williams from 4 years ago. You got Nealon from 3. I'm sorry, this is 4th year. Yeah. This is 4th year. Then you got Nealon. This is his 3rd year. And then you got Donovan, who just came in from BC. He's a rookie. and they and they just got, I think they're like 6 or 7, maybe 8 deep at defensive end. And I was wondering, why they keep bringing all these defensive ends? Don't we have enough at some point? I think, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't think they even intended to pay Mike. Again, the rumors came out that he was no, he was a little bit immature, and they was concerned about giving him that much money. And if they gave him that money, would he step up and be a leader? And I think this gave him his out. Sure, he'll take the social media bashing all day long, but I think this is maybe in some weird way to himself. Hey, we tried to sign him. He didn't want to sign. So I can see that being his out as far as him doing that. From a future perspective, like I say, Michael got paid. I'm glad you got paid. You can retire your mama now, brother. This is when he found out he got the contract and he'd been traded.
Is he taking a lap?
You get that much money, young man, yeah, you're supposed to take a lap. You're supposed to celebrate, brother. And then you got the lunch pail guy that came in. He'll ride at the start of the day, and Mr. Kenny Clark.
I'm here to ball. I'm here to be my best self. And I feel like when I'm my best self, there's nobody messing with me. So that's what I bring to the table. And I'm here to play my ass off.
I believe he turns 30 next month, so he's a little long in the tooth from a football standpoint. But again, it's a presence we haven't had here since Jay Ratliff, all-pro interior defensive lineman. From a future perspective, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, man. I'm still gonna say this all a master plan. They've got 4 first-round draft picks in the next 2 years, the 5th hardest schedule in the NFL. Got questions on defensive identity. We don't know what the offense is gonna look like. And right now, they probably gonna be pushing New York for the 4th in the division. So I think that Cowboys pick, it may because we know Green Bay's gonna ball out, they're gonna make the playoffs, make a run towards the Super Bowl, compete for a chance, opportunity for the Super Bowl. The NFC North is the best division in football right now. And Dallas's pick is probably, I talked to somebody earlier, like, yeah, they're gonna be about 10, 15. No, I see 4, 5, 6 wins tops out of this team. As of right now. Obviously, things could change. They can click during the season. But right now, the way it's looking, we are definitely going to be picking in the top 10 in the next 2 years, possibly, potentially. Or is this all a master plan on the march for Arch? Let us know. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't. Put in the comments what you think about it. Everything that we covered tonight. You think they're going to get Arch Manning? Do you think Micah's going to ball out? He's going to be here in week 4. It's going to be a hot ticket. I would definitely be in the house. Think Dallas is going to be able to overcome this? Would this be the Herschel Walker trade? A lot of ifs. But let us know what you think. Appreciate you hanging out with your boys tonight. OT Story Talk, STWF TV, and we are out.